I'm so glad I went live for that line. I don't know what. It's not dirty. It's just good. I just enjoy. Oh no! I did it wrong, so that chat just heard me laughing, but they didn't hear you say the mystery line. They'll never know. They'll never know what it was. Ah. Really, these sort of mysteries are just what life is all about. Conspiracy theories. All right.
Erin's coming back with good news. Erin's coming back with good news.
Erin's muted, but she said yes.
It looks like a yes.
There's a smile.
Chat, what do you want?
Oh, yay. Surprise me. Honestly, whatever.
Tell him to get me pistachio.
They're ordering ice cream right now. I don't.
Give me chocolate chip, please.
I'll take some pistachio.
Okay, we'll do. Alright, I love you. Alright, bye.
I've never had pistachio ice cream.
Oh,
I have
a
good.
good pistachio ice
It's
cream.
like
is
good,
great.
but not like on the tier list for you. Is that what you're saying?
For me, it's like
can respect
top 4.
Well, they're not ordering ice cream from a service. Eric is going off, and they're like, get ice cream. Return with
Also,
ice
no,
cream.
at my house, I can order ice cream to be actually.
You can? Are you
helps.
talking like from a supermarket or like from a service?
From a yeah, like an ice cream shop can deliver me a sundae.
What?
Grubhub, right? Grubhub.
Yeah.
Grubhub.
I never. I. Wow. That's.
And I'm talking about from like mom and pop ice cream places, like good.
They'll go to a place, buy it for you, and bring it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the concept of Grubhub. I've just never heard of it work for an ice cream place. You know.
That's cool as hell. I don't know if you have it in the UK or
not. We have equivalents.
Yeah,
I used to be really into Deliveroo. Is kind of for bigger places though. They don't really do a lot of smaller places. I got really into it for a while. There was like one summer. It was actually the summer I was sick, which may be related to it, where I gave up on life and I just ordered Deliveroo all the time. And I was like, I'm not cooking anything. I'd order like something for lunch, and then I'd order at the same time something for dinner, and I'd just save it for later. Anyway,
I legitimately enjoy cooking though. You know. It's
now I do. Sad past Ollie, who's even sadder than present Ollie, didn't. Anyway, you finish this commune. You take a moment, you talk, and you say, perhaps we should prepare ourselves. What is the immediate thing you want to do as you are in this chamber? Like I said, there are the two braziers. There's the pile of gold, though it's not that deep. You couldn't really hide in it. There are sort of fixtures in the walls. There are lips to each of the on the 4 corners. There's an exit window. There are lips to them, and there's also a doorway in this room. You can see.
Okay. Everybody else, I know what I'm doing. So what?
The dragon horde room.
Yeah.
What's this?
We should just leave this chamber.
Like pointing to the door?
Yeah, like this is clearly the dragon's horde. The dragon's come and check on its horde.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we shouldn't be here anymore.
You don't want to try to communicate with the dragon?
I don't have a lot of interest now.
I think
we're gonna have to face it one way or another. Would you rather face it now and before we've pissed it off, or on?
Is this like a normal sized door, Ollie? By the way.
The door between that you're looking at is it's an American sized door. It's a little bit larger than it needs to be, but it is a door for like a human.
I mean, if it has to walk through the door, it can't be in its dragon form. That's already like one. No, step up.
I agree with that. Let's go through the door. And then I cast message to General, and I say, should I communicate with the dragon to bring him down to us?
As you send that message, there's a sort of crash and a shake. And this isn't a crash of like a crash landing of a dragon. Just this dragon is so heavy that the ground does shake as it lands on the pillar, the corner that General was sort of looking at, and is actually he's illusioned from the whole of from this guy's sight.
I immediately move into the front. I've got my sword put away just in case. But I sort of like put my shield down in front of me and stand there imposingly, just in case.
So the dragon, I
was
would
saying
not
is,
be
I wanted to
casting
use-
a bunch of things right now as a dragon.
When Aaron was saying maybe we should get going, I was saying I had an idea. I was going to cast Unseen Servant and have the Unseen Servant set up the dragon's chest for me and have it sitting there with me more or less standing there with my arms crossed, waiting for the dragon to come through the doorway, full on looking, waiting for the dragon to come through the doorway to look. I'm trying to get in talks with it, right? So that's all.
That's something you really can't set up now. What's Unseen Servant got to do with that?
It's doing it for me while I'm standing there.
Oh, so it's like pulling stuff out of your bag and going through
Yep.
and opening a door. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. So this dragon lands. Riel immediately puts up defensive position in front of the two of you that are actually sort of there. One of you is not. This dragon is, as stated, a silver dragon. Its scales gleam in the blue light here, actually, which makes it look even more sort of silver, kind of a mithril blue. It catches that blue light beautifully, and occasionally when the lightning strikes outside, yellows and whites sort of gleam on its. Some parts of it are chromatic, but very shiny skin. It has an almost handsome look to it, with sort of very sleek features that are strong in the right places and smooth in the others, and it has one sort of thrilled crest that goes down its long neck, and on its neck sits a sort of neck guard made of a sort of dark material, maybe obsidian, but is ornate and has these decorated patterns on it, and it goes out to sort of guard its lower shoulders, not its wings. And it actually looks very pristine. There's no sort of signs of damage and tearing on its wings as it sort of folds its wings behind its back. And it starts walking very slowly. It walks kind of looking at a lot of you, just walks to where its pile of gold is, and sort of turns around on top of it and rests itself down there. Not sort of a full sit, almost essentially like it was leaning.
It's like one of your French girls.
Its tail sort of wrapping around it. It is almost seductive in a dragon's way, very charming in any way, and just sort of looks over you, so like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. That shield is going to do very little against me. If I decide that you're more useful as a snack than as a form of entertainment.
If you decide that, and it delays you but a moment for my companions to escape, that is enough. You'll forgive me my caution. I have not encountered a full proper dragon before, but I have had unpleasant encounters with your kin.
We come here with respect, but of course, she's very mindful of our safety. And I'll turn to her and I'll say, thank you. And look back to the dragon.
That you should be. You are in a realm you do not belong in. You are living in the land of the dead. You do not belong here any more than a fairy belongs in a blacksmith. Now, explain yourselves before I grow weary of this pleasant conversation. Understand, I get very little with the conversational types here.
I understand you get very little of them, which is why we thought you might want to speak to us. We're here for a task. The task might come against what it is that you are doing. But we wanted to pay respect to such a great and legendary creature, to a dragon. We are here to investigate the rumors of the Lich that lives in the realm. We believe that investigation is complete. We've discovered there is in fact a Lich that lives here. We also believe that when this message is delivered back, we will then be, or others will be, given the order to dispatch of this Lich. What is this to you? Do you care or do you not?
I do. So suffice to say, it would be in my best interest to slay you now where you stand before you send that message off to your little kingdom of light on the beach. Sort of leans back a little more.
I bristle
Opens
a
his
little bit
wings.
at that comment.
Why is it that you're serving such a lowly master?
Because he's right.
Please explain.
Do you know what it is Verminus stands for?
I have traveled these lands for many years, though far fewer than yourself. I've heard many tales and written quite a few and participated in others. However, this person does escape my vast knowledge.
Of course. You're all just scared of the power of Verminus. All you see is a monster, a force of undeath turning the living to the dead. Oh, what a crying shame! Your babes cry that their mothers can no longer hold them. But what Verminus stands for is a world that is clean, that is perfect, that is without the mess of life, without its fragility, without its temporary states. You have not seen what he has dreamed of your world. Vanatef is but a vanguard.
And yet you complain of having no partners for conversation. What he seeks surely is something similar to that across the world. It is lack of progress, it is lack of action. It is a stillness.
Yes, doesn't that sound brilliant? Doesn't that sound absolutely what the world should be without your wars, without your crying, without your pain? I can't wait to be rid of this mortal form when the time is right. There are so many things that the gods got wrong when they created us. And Verminus seeks to correct it.
I'm going to try, though performance is not my shtick. I'm going to try to retell a tale of a dragon in the past, an old story that I know, and how beautiful it was through the conflicts that it had engaged in. To try to like paint a beautiful picture of this negative conflict.
Go ahead.
God, wish me luck. This is not my shtick. I rolled a fucking 3. I rolled so shitty. And I can't give myself. Bards can't give themselves inspiration, can they?
No.
No.
Yeah.
So you start describing this story, and you go into a little bit of detail. And it's maybe the others notice a bit more that he's not.
It's too factual.
He's not so much interested. Now that he knows why you're here, you see him actually stand, stretch a little more,
Doing some calisthenics.
scratch at the scales of its chest, and just walk up, actually right up to Riel, who he knows he wouldn't let pass, and just be like, I'm going to kill you now, but you entertained me for a short time. He's a nice guy.
Before he attacks, I'm going to say, excuse me, I went through the effort of setting up this game for a reason. It wasn't just conversation. I heard that the intellect of the dragons and their planning are brilliant. I was curious if you would at least indulge me in a single game.
He's like risen up one claw, and he's like, a game of dragon chess.
Yes.
Very well. I'll take white. Give me an intelligence roll.
Well, dragon chess roll for me.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Cool.
I hope you win.
Woo!
Yeah, you win by a lot. So what happens is this dragon chess game starts, and actually this.
How long does it take? How distracted is he? What can they do in the meanwhile?
This was what I was gonna say. This game is starting to take time, because while a halfling is a short-lived race, live the same lives as humans.
I'm going to casually check for traps.
Sure, go ahead. Dracarys.
Very nonchalantly.
Dracarys, as he sort of lazily lays on a side and uses one hand to move the pieces, like between two claws, is taking maybe around 10 minutes a turn. As you check around for traps, you don't notice traps, although you do notice that the ceilings up in these chambers are very high. It's actually quite hard to see, though with your goggles you can sort of see a little bit better. It seems to be that there's some sort of mechanism in the ceiling, but perhaps that's a way to go up and down that is not active yet. And by mechanism, I don't mean you see clockwork and things. You can just see places where things clearly can and have moved before you, where things have scraped and worn. You obviously check the door. You sort of walk over and glance at it. The doorway is not trapped.
Is it locked?
No. You sort of like jiggle it a little bit. He doesn't seem to notice or care. It's very hard to tell with this dragon. Yeah, you see no other really. You see no traps. What do the other two of you want to do while this game is taking place?
I am going to convert some sorcery points into a spell slot.
I would go and urge the other two to sort of be at the door, if not outside, and then I would just go back and stand next to Osborne, hands on shield again in front of me, just ready to take.
Yeah, I'll put as much distance between.
So you want to go through the door and be in whatever is beyond? You've not looked through it yet. You've just sort of checked that it's not locked.
I don't think we would. How big is this? The room's big, yeah.
Room's pretty big. Give me a second. I'll tell you like the actual like distance. It is more or less a 95-foot sort of like.
Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way back to that door that.
Yeah, that puts you pretty far on the other side of the chamber.
Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll just put my back to the wall. The exit is right here if I need it, so to speak.
Cool. So you're right up against the door, Devi. Where are you going?
I'm going to feign interest in the game.
Cool.
And I'm gonna be using my mage hand, my invisible mage hand, to kind of like just be like feeling like the mechanisms up there and seeing if there's any like activation devices.
Sure. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. I like that.
Isn't that rolling or there we go.
There it is.
Woohoo!
You actually do sort of with your magic, sort of the feedback of the hand. You can tell that it doesn't seem like there'd be any sort of like switch up there. Maybe there's some sort of key or mechanism in this room, but you do feel if you could get up there. It seems to be like it would sort of lower a stairwell or something like that, right? It's something clearly designed to lower, and maybe assuming you have thieves' tools, if not, you have proficiency, which means you have thieves' tools. You actually feel like if you could get up there, say with spider climb, you could probably sort of jimmy the whole mechanism. It probably wouldn't be very quick though.
I don't need spider climb. I can actually do that with my mage hand because it's special.
You're wonderful, Aaron.
I would say that this is absolutely harder because it's you're trying to do, but yeah, you can do that. Are you doing that now while this game is taking place, or are you just sort of like, okay, I'm ready for this for later?
It's not in the rules. It's not harder. It's the same. Just with magic.
No, because this isn't a lock or a trap.
I'm just busting.
Thieves' tools are one of my expertises, by the way, so I do have a really high bonus to it.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like. But I'm just asking if you want to do it now during this game because it's invisible and you aren't visibly doing anything while you're casting this, right?
I'm gonna start working on it now because it's probably gonna take a while.
Cool. So you start tinkering away at this.
Can you take 20s in 5th?
What?
Can you take 20s in 5th?
No.
You can't? Oh.
No, the equivalent to that is like the passive rolls, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's like you're taking a 10, basically.
Which makes sense, yeah.
So, Cool. You start that off, but poking around at the ceiling took a little bit of time. This game maybe goes on for about an hour as the rest of you sort of prepare yourself or wait or watch, and you're sort of doing both. It's very clear to you, Osborne, that Jarviskjir is going to lose. It's very clear. Do you throw the game to make him win, or do you play correctly?
Oh, absolutely. I play correctly, and I win.
The second you knock down his king, he lurches upwards and actually dragon breaths you. She'll be like, no one defeats me. Give me your dex saves.
Sure.
Is that for me and...
that is for you. Actually, give me a sec. This is for you.
Yeah, I stepped away.
Not far enough away. You couldn't have got far enough away. You know what? Why don't I show you?
Yeah.
Now, you're going to have to go off to the right side of the screen. Make me your dex saves. That's all of you. That is also you, Mikhail. You were very far away.
Yep.
You nearly weren't in that, but it's a big one.
I'm just letting you know I'm still black screen.
Do I have to make one?
You shouldn't be. Go ahead and scroll all the way to the right.
I'm black screened. I don't have anything.
You don't have
anything. I found it.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say.
I said all the way.
Ollie, shift ping.
I'm trying. Oh, I'm in ruler mode.
There you go.
You can add an extra plus.
You don't see anything because you're a human.
Area effects, yeah.
No, fair. I was
You
moving.
were just wrong.
No, I thought I was further away when you described that. That was my issue.
Well, that's as far as you could get away.
No. Yep. No.
You're up
that makes
against the
sense.
door. Although the way sight is showing it, because sight sort of sucks in this version, which is annoying. You're up against a doorway here. Your back is up against the door, so you could open it and go back through it. But annoyingly, sight kind of screwed it and deleted the existence of the door. Your saves. Friends.
You don't have a magic shield, Ian?
He does, but not like that.
Not for that, no.
Oh, okay.
So, that's a 27. Fuck good. Mikhail, fuck bad. So the only person who saves is Osborne, who's the closest. So I imagine he flips the dragon chest board in front of his freaking face to take the brunt of it. As Jarviskjir lurches very quickly and he spews forth a breath of cold and ice and mist and chill. And the rest of you are going to take... I'm going to roll this on roll 20 because I don't have time for that.
Oh, that's a lot of
dice. Aaron's like, I'm just going to absorb elements, thanks.
I'm gonna take half from evasion, then I'm
And
gonna
then
take half
from
of that
this,
from
yeah.
absorb.
No, it's good. It's good idea.
And I will take full.
I'm just gonna die.
Yeah. I'm afraid to see what he rolls, honestly.
I was going to take absorb elements, then I did.
It's taking a long time because there's a lot of dice.
20d6.
So that's 56 cold damage.
Boy.
Wow, that's a lot.
And you know what? For chat. We want one of these.
So I take 14.
I'm down to 29 health. I'm fucked.
You take 14, yes. You sort of just manage to...
Oh, no.
It's one of those situations where you're like, you know you're not going to be able to get out of the way of this. You quickly cast a spell on yourself and sort of shield yourself from most of the brunt of it. Will, just so you know, your health is set up wrong. That it isn't appearing properly. Your green bar is meant to be your health, not your red bar.
Oh, sorry. I'm just habit green bar do health. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
my
sorry.
green
Red bar
bar,
do health.
green bar's health on mine. Red always makes the most sense for me.
I always use green bar because for me that's just what I've done in all these games. But if you just use your health on your character sheet,
it'll
auto do it. It's just that's the one I set up
Perfect.
for you to do it.
No, that's fair.
So, for a whole lot of you take that damage, and hey, why don't we roll initiative? Woo!
Oh, something I'm happy to do.
Can we not roll shitty initiative? That'd be great. Okay, thanks, Scott. Bye.
I cannot roll initiative ever with any characters.
Yeah, that is like a consistent Ian thing. Just Ian things.
Yeah.
It's no initiative power. Luckily,
Ice cream.
consistently,
Cool. You can come upstairs and open the door. It's unlocked.
these guys have shitty
what I thought he was
initiative. Like
Oh,
real
okay.
bad.
So he doesn't knock. Is the dog just gonna go crazy and continue doing that?
We are missing
Just walks
a halfling and a paladin.
Oh, I clicked my mini.
Oh, I
and-
clicked.
I got a 23.
I'll
Yeah,
do
I'm
it. I'll do everything.
I'm right there. I'm right there. Thank you. I did it.
This is really good ice cream. I'm glad we did this.
What
Yeah,
flavor did
right?
you get?
Oh, thank you. I have no idea what I have, but I'm going to
I have
eat
no
it.
idea what you have either. I told him to surprise you.
Oh.
I told him to pick something surprising.
So.
It tastes like ice cream.
Okay. So. You go ahead. Oh man.
I mean, I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you sort of, as this cold mist as he just reacts, and you honestly, from stories in the back of your head, you kind of knew this was a thing that might happen. You weren't entirely sure whether it'd be a dragon that would respect
Can
the
I
game,
Just talk
or
as a free action,
yes.
Dragon. I'm just going to kind of like dust myself off from the very minimal damage I took, and just say, well, that was embarrassing for you. Maybe you should try again.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Like, if you want to do a persuasion check, that's like on your turn, but that's not gonna be very convincing.
But that's immediately what I do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So following up, because as soon as he breathed, because he was right there in my face, one of the things I wanted to do was like you said, take the thing and just like throw the thing back down. As I threw it down, assuming that the unseen servant, whose job was to take care of the chest, so take care of the chest set, would like catch it and start putting it all back together. I actually want to scream in his face and say, because he doesn't know that we know his name, scream in his face and be like, Dracaris, we are Dracaris, we are a valued foe to you. You will respect us the way that you should any foe. And actually intimidate with a plus 16 and fucking roll shitty. Why do I always roll shitty?
21 is not shitty.
But plus 16 means I rolled a 5. Okay, that is 75% of shit. Okay,
Cool.
it's my best skill, and I roll so shit.
That's your bonus action. You still have your full action if you want to just not attack him because you're trying to be convincing.
If that's the case, then I mean,
Yeah, those sort of checks I do on a bonus action.
I haven't used my 6th level spell yet. So if that's the case, then sorry, give me 1 second. I didn't expect that.
No. I think it's happened to you 1 or 2 times before, but I know it's not the norm.
Yeah. Not the norm. That's okay. I'm actually going to cast this.
Hey.
Didn't expect that.
Ba! Wah! I'm actually reading it. Ooh. Cool. I've that's one of those spells like I have read before but don't remember exists. What happens?
So it's literally a few hairs from a bowl. So what I do is, because the component doesn't really matter for this one, as I like throw the thing down, the unseen servant's catching it and starting to immediately reset it back up, and I scream in his face trying to intimidate him. I also will finish up the words and everything for the spell to have all of a sudden my character just grows significantly more firm, well-footed, and everything. His stance turns and changes, so he's very prepared for combat. He clearly does not want to fight, but I'm giving him a dead-on look. I'm not afraid of this motherfucker. Are you kidding me? I'm a halfling. You know, I'm not afraid of anything. So I'm staring him down like,
Okay.
do not let us kill you.
I know what I'm doing on my next turn.
Okay. But it's not your turn yet.
No, I know. Well, funny you say that.
No, save me, Paladin.
No,
Initiative, Paladin's
is that your turn?
Initiative.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's my turn. Yeah.
Next up is the pyromancer who's hiding in the corner.
Yeah, well, he's not really going to be hiding completely anymore. Well, him alone won't be. I'm going to click my boots together. I think it's a bonus action. Hold on, let me make sure. No, it's an action, I think. All right, so I'm casting a nice little spell. That is a 5 foot between the dragon and them, yeah? I'm going to cast... Hold on, let me see at higher level what this does. Sorry about that. Yeah, so as a 5th level spell, I'm gonna cast Wall of Fire between them and the dragon.
Yum, yum.
Yeah.
Cookie.
And I believe that will do the damage to said dragon, yeah?
This tastes peanut buttery. I'm happy.
Because I pick which side of the wall.
Yeah,
hurts.
you can choose to face it that way. I'm just doing your wall real quick for you.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I'm
Let's roll
only
the
using
damage.
one hand because this hand is Oreo.
Is your character's last name Herbershak? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
What?
Just saying.
What? I'm gonna roll one of those again.
I'm sure that's a very funny joke to Scott.
I mean, it should
I
be.
thought it was fine.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't get it.
that's okay.
I don't get it either.
That's sad, but okay.
31 damage to this thing, and there is now a roaring wall of fire between him and
I'm giving it. It's good, bro. Amazon delivery.
What are you saying?
You really
It's not
are
the first
trash
time I've
talking.
heard Ollie talk like that.
Mouthful of
Food.
Mmm.
Yeah.
Mmm. Okay.
That makes it very difficult for me to stab it.
Mmm.
Sorry.
Mm.
Makes it very easy to retreat though.
Okay. I'll try that deck saving throw. I fail.
Yeah. So it ends up being, I said 31, I believe.
Awesome.
Sorry, 32.
So, the wall of fire appears between them. And the dragon recoils back. The little bit of mist that's still coming from its mouth is just completely evaporated by the wall of fire. It roars and yells back, being a dragon of ice, not at all fond of the searing heat that is burning away at him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to move and do those things, or are you good?
I'm gonna no, that was my action. I was saying I'd open the door, but that's it, really.
Interaction with an object is fine. You can do that.
Oh, I will open the door.
Cool. The door is fuck. Doors are so hard. Door's down there. So move yourself to be down there to open it. Yeah, annoyingly, on this map, the doors decided to invert themselves. But that's cool. After
Yeah,
that,
I guess I would open the door and yell out, "We can fight this thing, or we can retreat. If you want to fight it, I can drop the wall."
After that is
I'm curious if it's gonna not attack us anymore.
Riel.
I hate this initiative order. It's always like completely wrong for anything I want to do.
You get to act at least. Wait. What do you want to go after the dragon?
Oh no, I'm. Firstly, I want to see what the dragon's doing. Secondly, I want to see if Devi and General retreat. But
I mean, I want to see how the dragon reacts before I make a decision.
yeah,
It doesn't.
You can hold your turn.
Ollie doesn't normally allow that.
Well,
You can't hold your turn. You can prepare an action.
Yeah.
If this happens, I do this.
Okay. If then in that case, I will just yell out free action, retreat to the door, and then I'm going to prepare an action. I want to, if the dragon attacks, and secondly, if Devi and General retreat, I will cast Guardian of Faith, like basically between them and the dragon.
Okay.
And
Cool.
just end my turn with that.
After that is the Dargan.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if he was intimidated into respect.
Yeah. How about
My roll of 5.
what it's actually gonna do is before then he is going to sweep up into the air, which actually sort of like pushes some of the wall of fire into General. General, give me a dex save. And
That's
it
not how
starts.
magic works.
Isn't it?
Uh-huh, sure. Give me a second. Because my spell makes my dex saves better, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I'm checking, hold on. I
I think you have advantage.
Nope. It's strength and con saves I'm proficient with, that's what it does. Right? Just check. Proficient with strength and con.
But, I mean, the spell had something to do with strength and dex.
Yeah, it's no, it's strength and con. I already
You have proficiency. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Rolling. Waiting.
Yeah, it's being slow.
Mm-hmm.
You are absolutely fine. Like you feel like the beating of the dragon's wings trying to topple a small halfling like you over, but with the spell, you're secured. You're centered, and you see the dragon swooping all the way around. 1, 2. Oh, this ceiling is very tall.
Motherfucker. Finagling his way around that corner. Like, suck it in!
Yeah.
So what actually he did is sort of like do one of those like turns, like he took off, and then one of those turns where like his body sort of goes sideways to get around. Like he totally fit through that whole thing, even token wise. But that was just what he actually you guys saw. Then as he sort of
Just a log.
lands himself back down on the ground, is just sort of, you should not have come here. All you will find is death. Give me wisdom saves. The lovelies?
Now, is this a spell?
No.
It's
Okay, I figured it's fair, but I figured I'd ask. Wisdom saves, you say? Sorry, guys. I'm running away.
I have a -1 wisdom mod.
I have a minus... I also have a -1.
Yeah, but I have a +7 wisdom save, just because paladin.
Yeah, I have a -1 wisdom.
You are all
help me.
frightened of Dracarys. Each one of you is overwhelmingly filled with fear as you realize this is a powerful, old creature that has aligned itself with a lich willingly to rid the world of life. Oh, then okay. You don't do just saying after the you do that before I start describing the lore.
Tell us that it was fear. You just said give us a wisdom save.
And then I said you
I
are
take
all
back my
frightened,
save, I
and
totally
then I was
passed.
describing the fear.
Also, I completely forgot I had that until just now.
No, yeah,
passed.
yeah. So well,
Yeah.
I rolled a natty 20. Thank you.
it doesn't matter. You those two pass. Mickey L's terrified.
Whoa.
You're still a bitch.
What do you want from me?
No, you don't do
That's
anything.
what I
You
do.
just,
I'm
it's
like,
fear.
I got somebody, I win.
No, I know.
No, it's just you did it while I was doing the cool monologue and description. just there are things some people would say that I won't say. And that's actually going to be his turn. So that is Devi.
Yep. If I can I finish up disabling that device?
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Wait, sleight of hand or the tools?
Oh, thieves' tools.
Thieves'
Yeah,
tools.
you're right.
Yeah.
I always forget that they're different, even though they're essentially the same. Because the one class that would use sleight of hand always ends up using thieves' tools. You feel a click. You don't see anything.
Alright, well, that happened.
You feel that there's still more to do on that. What you are trying to move a very large thing with this. You have to move perhaps 2 or 3 mechanisms in your wall.
That's a 24 for you, right, Aaron?
Yep.
What? Yeah.
Doesn't really make the success any better.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Sorry, that only works for skills, not tools.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
Oddly enough, yeah.
That's what I'm learning, you know.
Bonus action dash.
It's crazy.
Just hanging over here.
We just hang out. Yeah.
You know.
Oh,
Over
that's
here.
not how it's meant to work. It's meant to be like this. But I got the whole stairs are done wrong. Because I'm an idiot.
No offense.
No, it's okay. I'm aware that I'm an idiot, but I've been an idiot.
No comment.
Okay, is that your turn?
Yep.
What is General?
Awesome. General's wicked smart. So
There it is.
he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he's gonna attack him.
It's
I should have moved up
just
a
a
couple
done
more
thing.
squares, but
I mean, because I can still make my way out. I'm just going the long way. Attack. I'm going to attack with my arming blade. And does that hit? I imagine it does.
Yep.
12 points of damage. And then I'm also going to attack with my parrying dagger, because I drew that as I walked, of course.
As you do.
And I'm going to do damage with that.
Of course, you have advantage because of the transformation.
Of course, but I'm also going to... Hold on, wait for it. Where is it? Hey, I found it.
Ow, balls.
Cast a spell, because I don't have any concentration spells up at the moment,
Yeah.
which also does attack roll, and also does damage. What level did I cast the spell at? I probably would have casted it... I don't know. What level would I have cast this at?
Good question. You tell
You know
us.
what? I don't need any more 5th level spells.
Do you cast it on like the
use
opposite
6.
side of him, or like right beside you, or what?
I'm gonna cast it on the in front of him actually. But give me 1 second.
So it would
I'm
be
gonna do
facing
5th
sort of
level
this
spell.
way.
Give me 1 second to look at what you're looking at. I'm gonna cast this as a 5th level spell. Let me just adjust that. Okay, and adjust this here. Bam. All right, I'm sorry. So that's going to be it's going to hit for 18 points of damage, force damage. Really? That's it? Did I do that right?
Yeah, no,
10 plus.
that's really good.
Look at the math on it. 0.49 times 3d8.
Don't think about it.
But that makes no sense. I rolled a single
Don't.
8.
Stop thinking.
No, honestly, I rolled a single 8. That makes no sense.
Stop
Am I-
thinking
am I-
about it.
Am I crazy?
Roll on. Where you want the weapon? See if it
That's
does it
way
again. For now, don't worry. Where do you want the weapon?
Exactly with the weapon, and it's beautiful.
Cool.
But that's under damaged.
How? You rolled a d8 and you got an 8? That's under damaged?
No, I don't roll just 1 extra d8. I should be rolling 3d8 extra.
Oh, if it's not rolling the right amount of so I thought you were rolling 1 anyway.
Yeah,
so,
I thought you were rolling
absolutely
1d8. I'm like, yeah. he's
re-roll
letting
the
me have that
3d8.
one.
Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second.
But just roll an extra 2d8 because
If you
that
cast it
wasn't
at 3rd level or higher, the damage increases by 1d8 for every 2 slots above 2nd. Oh, so I would have cast it as a 4th level spell, not a 5th level. No, I would have cast it as a 4th level spell, not 5th level. There's the issue. So I need 1 more d8. There we go. It's because I clicked an odd level.
Oh, that's
Roll 1d8.
that makes sense. Weird, but makes sense.
Sorry, my B.
1 second.
We're
So
learning.
21 total from that thing. There you go.
Oh, you go and leave just as it turns out to be his turn.
My
so-
ice cream got delivered. Fireball the thing and run.
He wants some. Can you fireball it for him?
I can, but I'm not going to do that to him. He's made a pyromancer, sorcerer. The whole campaign, the whole build-up is him fireballing things. I'm not going to take away his virgin fireball cherry.
So, Ian, just so you know, because obviously we'd be familiar with like tactics. The reason why I went the way I did was to make sure you can at least get 1 round of advantage attacks
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I thought you were spacing out to avoid the breath weapon.
Also,
I mean,
also
that
helps.
too. but realistically, running away is what we
man,
need to
that
do.
aura
Okay,
of
I'm here.
that aura of protection just saved your party so bad.
Mem
Yeah.
is mentioning in the chat that you get another 4d12 because of tenses, Scott.
I'm sorry.
You get, I think that's 4d12 force damage on your regular attack thanks to tenses.
Yeah, when you do an attack, you do an extra 1d12 force damage. Please. Please. If I wanted to hear moaning, I'd visit your mom.
Does that apply to my spiritual weapon as well?
No.
Or no? Okay, thank you.
No. I mean, it was your spell.
The rest.
That's an amazing roll.
You know what? We'll take that.
Please. Oh, that was amazing. Oh, so thank Ian. I could. Oh, come here, Ian.
I mean, it was Memiting.
Mem. You should be
Yeah.
thanking Mem for reminding.
That's
I'm
great.
not even watching
So
chat, but
as
Ian,
you
you get the kiss.
all right, so as this little guy runs up, you as you run up, you take out your weapons, one in each hand, baby. You just get into its back leg, and just start stabbing, tearing off plates, or summoning a spectral weapon goes in the other one. As you tear through the scales, or even if the blade doesn't pierce them, you feel the wound inside the creature from the transformation, and the dragon is not okay with that. he is like almost falls from the vast amount of pain you do so quickly. His wings sort of trembling. The confidence in his voice just a mere second ago is near gone. After that is Mikael.
Yeah.
I wonder what you're gonna do.
It's my turn. I'm gonna fireball the thing and run.
Go ahead.
It's a good plan.
Wait, hold on. How much I can make this so it only hits one of you? Yeah. 2, 3.
I don't know actually, because everyone's sort of around it. How big is a fireball?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Fireball is a 20-foot radius.
No way you can't only hit one of these.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no
thought it
matter
was
what,
dying.
you're hitting someone.
As I said,
Yeah.
if you're gonna hit
I'm okay with
anyone, hit me.
All right. Well, I'm gonna fireball so it hits the dragon and the paladin.
Cool.
I will cast the fireball at just 3rd level.
I'm gonna.
Aaron, can you please say the phrase?
A scorching ray would suffice. Yeah.
Yes. Why fireball when a scorching ray would suffice?
I'm going to reroll 5 of those.
Wow.
I'm sure Ian appreciates that.
That's
Fireball
very
with a
funny.
scorching ray
I don't know
would
where that's
suffice.
from, but I like it.
I asked.
It's something we had to tell Mike a lot.
Yeah.
I asked for this,
Okay.
and I now have to try and beat a DC 18 with a +5 dex save.
I know.
You
it
asked!
sucks.
You asked.
I
The
know,
amount
but
of
I
damage
asked.
is ridiculous.
Awesome.
I would. I still reckon it's better, but I'm now going to roll that one anyway, so it doesn't matter.
8. So I'm adding 8 damage to the original 23, going to 31.
Okay.
I will use a careful spell so that he automatically succeeds.
And thanks to Shield Master, if I succeed, I take no damage.
So what happens? So what happens is you launch this fireball.
So yeah.
Yes!
So I yeah.
Yes.
I launch this fireball as it comes out of my hand, and just flames start to surround me within 5 feet. The fireball hits like right at the edge of the dragon and just spreads out. As I see it about to spread to the paladin, I just like put up my hand, and the fire just kind of wraps around him instead of hitting him directly, where there's definitely still heat, but then he has his own abilities that's helping him out.
So Jakra sort of rears back more, like almost pulling its legs away from the halfling that's attacking it, and just blows a chill wind on its scales, which are set aflame, lessening the impact.
And then I'm like, time to go, and I start running through the doorway. If it lets
It's
me.
funny.
You got to go down the stairs.
I
If we
can't
actually
see anything.
focused, we
That's
could probably
weird
hear
because
it.
there's
I like the idea of
stairs.
recording.
It's so at this point.
Yeah, you're
I'm completely
walking in
black
darkness
screen.
for some reason, but you shouldn't be. You
Yeah. Plus,
are-
I have light coming off of me right now.
Yeah, well, that's not something Roll20 knows, because
I
you
know,
said
I'm
it very
letting you know.
vaguely now. What's the light going off of you?
30 feet dim.
Oh, that's awkward. That's the issue. You did see, it's just you were seeing black with
Yeah,
dim
I'm
light.
literally seeing, yeah.
Now you can see.
So there, I moved to there, I believe. I believe that was 30 feet.
Awesome. Royale.
Okay, so I am going to move round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. While I do that, I am casting Staggering Smite as a bonus action, and I am going to launch off an attack at this boy with advantage because it's thingied.
Good language.
Yep. And I am also going to I'm also going to pop a smite. So let me do that, and then roll 4d6.
Can you smite while you're smiting?
It
I have
doesn't.
no idea.
I mean, staggering.
It doesn't
smite
say you
doesn't
can't,
say.
but I don't think I've ever allowed that.
Rule that
I
fine.
don't know why you wouldn't be able to.
Because
Right?
you're already smiting. You're already
No.
doing a smite spell.
No,
Yeah.
one's a smite spell, one's a class ability. It's two different things.
But it
No,
uses a spell
but
slot.
in universe, you're already smiting. You're not smiting with another smite and doing a different thing at the same time. You're already smiting.
One is a duration lingering effects that you keep on you with concentration. The other one is a casting of a spell. It's two separate.
No, yeah, I get what you say from a gameplay perspective, but from a logic perspective, I don't think I've ever allowed two
Even
spikes.
from
I
a
wasn't aware of the
gameplay
same
perspective.
That's
From a gameplay perspective, I think you're allowed to do that. I'm not saying you could do that.
So
Not because it's
basically-
OP, because it doesn't make sense.
Basically, ignore the 14 radiant damage, and I get 13 psychic damage instead. And it has disadvantage on abilities checks and attacks, and it can't take reactions until the end of its next turn. And now I
Right.
get my second attack.
Awesome. That's good.
And now you smite.
Yeah, now I'm smiting.
Now you smite! Now you get it!
Does this hit? 20.
Yeah.
Good.
And now we'll take back that 14 radiant damage, motherfucker.
Yeah,
24,
well,
even
exactly.
better.
Yeah, that was the new one.
Awesome. So you do that. As you attack into the thing, he's recoiling. He's stuck between many things he doesn't want to be stuck between. End your turn.
Yeah, that's as far as I can move anyway.
This is frightening.
Yeah, he's gonna real quick take off again. Both of you give me a dex save.
I presume I don't get my shield bonus for this because it's not a spell, it's just him taking off.
Yeah, it's not a spell, unfortunately. Is it only for spells? Not just
Yeah,
effects
it's
in
only
general?
for spells. I think it's only for spells.
Ooh, so, Riel, you still fail this. Mr. Osborne passes. Riel, as he flies, he sort of sweeps his wings into you, the gust of wind knocking you to the ground, and dealing, that would be 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Cool, you said takes off, right?
Yeah, where it took into flying, it has not moved.
Oh, Scott, by the way.
Has it moved out of my reach by going up?
It has not moved. It has basically just swept itself off, like a couple of inches off the ground right now.
Sounds like out of my reach, I'm short.
It's not how it works in 5e. Unfortunately. Oh, balls. That dice is never coming back. I don't know where that went. Okay. So it's going to just... Jackarus is bleeding heavily. from its back leg that's bleeding from under the scales, like an internal wound where it sort of almost bruises. Sort of you see the scale like peeling off because of it. From the front, the smites from Riel just sort of crash into the like cut open its front legs and some of its chest. And as it recoils back, sweeps back, it just with a feral rage, all the politeness and slight gentlemanness of the dragon is completely launched away as it just lets out an almost feral biting attack at you, Riel. And it hits.
Of course it does, because whenever I have a character that has like 20 AC, everything still hits me.
You don't want to know what his attack modifier is.
Yeah, that is true. He's probably got like a plus 30 attack mod or something.
So that's 24 piercing damage.
Oh dear, here we go.
He is then going to sort of like swipe down at you with his claws.
Lovely.
Which actually is a miss. He sort of launches and bites into you, and you do sort of manage to shield, like jam your shield into his mouth as he bites sort of around you, where his teeth do crunch into your armor, and it's more the cold of his maw that is almost more damaging than... Yeah, okay, no, the big teeth hurt too. But as he tries to claw you, as he sort of pulls back, you sort of just push the shield into his hand and almost like stub his fingers into it. And it just crunches, and then with all the rest of his momentum tries to claw you one more time, which is going to be a hit. Lucky me. Which is going to be for 16 slashing damage.
Jesus, leave him alone, man. Leave him alone.
And after that is Devi's turn.
You're doing so well, sister. Just keep it up.
Why won't you fall?
I'm gonna keep working on that device.
Yep, give me another one.
I'm a little concerned that this device is like a trap for the stairs, and it's gonna make the stairs like just disappear.
That'd be hilarious.
Well, the thing you're working for is on the top of the middle of the room, not the doorway.
So we'll see. It could just be like a trap, like the dragon sets at us. I'm just activating. So I'm still gonna do it.
No, yeah, no, go ahead. I think it's a good idea.
I also realised that up until this point, I have been completely forgetting my heavy armor master feat, which means I would have been reducing each like physical damage by 3. But...
Apply it from that last round, at least.
No, it's my own fault.
You feel another click, and you actually see. This is the first time the rest of you will be able to see this too, even Dracarys. You see, it's very hard to tell, but actually the fire in the room makes it a little easier to see. The huge wall of fire. There's a sort of a circle in the top of the ceiling, which is almost 40 feet up. It's a very high ceiling. And you see this slight circle, slight indented. You wouldn't notice it until it just sort of like jolts downwards a couple of feet, and you actually can see that there's one more mechanism on it left sort of locking it in place. So it's sort of like moved like awkwardly falling, because it's clearly they're meant to all release at once, and you're doing it in such a way that you're kind of breaking it as you're releasing it. Next turn.
By the way, we should go now. And that's the turn.
Awesome. After that is the general. Actually, no, it's not the general, because he's going to make a tail attack at Riel.
Legendary.
To add insult to injury.
Which, as he's like, we should run.
Excuse me, I feel as though if it was attacking Riel this whole time, maybe its back is turned to me, and it should make a tail attack against me instead.
I was literally just about to describe before you so rudely interrupted me that it swung its body around to do a tail attack. Plus, a dragon's tail is long enough to hit him even if he was facing forward. But he does swing his entire body around, so confident that it's going to hit, putting his focus on General. He doesn't see that Riel sort of manages to bump herself with the shield, feeling not the best, and does fall but pulls herself back up. He doesn't see that he doesn't slay her with that attack. And then it's the general's turn.
I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll continue my move in a second. There's my character sheet. There it is. First attack is going to be with my sword.
Give him a sword.
So I'm going to do 23 chance to hit. That's going to do 1d10 plus 2d12. Sorry. So that attack is going to do 22 points of damage, including 12 force. Then I'm also going to apply defensive flourish. I'm rolling bardic inspiration for. Sorry, not defensive flourish. Sorry, not defensive flourish.
You didn't see that, chat.
Mobile
it's a secret.
Meaning I push it back 8 feet. So I actually, like, attacking the thing, I more or less get it to flinch and dodge backwards 8 feet as
That's
I
cool.
push it over my attack. So it can move back a little bit, little fucker. I'm going to spend my reaction to move up to it. And I'm going to attack with my parrying dagger. Hit. Not a lot of damage.
But the force damage is doubled.
Oh!
Yeah, that's true.
That's... Oh, that is so good.
Because it doesn't take a bonus action or anything to use my flourishes, it just takes the bardic inspiration. I'm gonna mobile flourish again. Allowing me to push it back another 9 feet. So 8 plus 9 equals 17. So
Yeah, so now he pushes back 3 because of the addition. Yeah, I get
correct. Oh yeah, I can't move up anymore though.
Well, what you... Yeah, okay, cool. No, never mind. I was gonna say you could do black, but you never mind. You know this way better than me.
Yep, and then I'm gonna finish the rest of my move, which is 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2. That's all I had left. So 2. Then as my bonus action, I'm going to attack with my little swordy sword that's sitting there. And it's going to go spiritual weapon, which is also going to deal a little bit of damage.
Yeah.
It's at level 4, not whatever. Okay, and so that's 15 points of damage, force. And I'm prepared to run away. In fact,
yeah. You send Jarviskjirs recoiling backwards. These sharp, like its forearms, and a dragon's forearms are some of the most heavily armored parts of it, actually, because small creatures attack it from the front. And that's just how it usually is. They're just cut and burst, and there's even like almost craters from the force damage, and it's just recoiling backwards, trying to pull itself away. Now it's the one that's scared.
Okay. I do say to Riel, run, because clearly she's taken the full beating and is clearly like battered.
And he's snapping out of it.
I look okay. I'm just like brushing off the cold or whatever that happens to me. So I'm like, run. All right, my turn's up.
Mikael.
Am I still afraid of this thing?
You should be doing a wisdom save at the end of your turn, so go ahead and do one now preemptively for your last turn.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, my bad.
I will probably fail, to be honest, though.
Are you a dump stat whiz?
Oh, I'm a -1 whiz.
Hey, it could be worse.
It could be
raining.
-2.
It is raining.
I'm rolling.
That's a pass, actually.
Decently. I'm rolling decently with
yeah,
it.
that's a pass. Right. So now that you're safe with a couple of with maybe maybe a foot of stone between you and the thing, having run down some stairs, you're feeling a lot more confident.
All right, so I come running back up. Now I'm like, no, we can kill this thing. And by the way,
no, don't carry it.
No.
Don't carry it.
By the way, can I say?
Drop something on this thing.
A fireball was necessary because I was afraid I would have disadvantage on attack rolls with. So, So now that I'm not afraid, I will Scorching Ray. Sorry.
But now he's clear for a fireball.
Yeah.
Actually, what I'm gonna do first is, all right, I will Firebolt, and then I will quicken Scorching Ray. Ah, damn it. Fire is sword.
Brody.
7. And now Scorching Ray.
Come on.
1, 2, 3. I assume that the 2 high numbers hit. Boom. And boom.
So Dracaris, as the beams of fire launch from your hand, and these aren't like laser beams, they're more like crackling.
Hold on 1 second. Did I roll any ones? I'm gonna reroll one of those.
Yes, you did roll a 1. These crackling beams of fire strike it, and he moves to recoil even more, and then he almost backs up against a flaming wall, and maybe like the tip of his tail touches, and he's like, oh. He's sort of like trapped there momentarily.
I do that and say, so does he look meh?
Oh, he looks incredibly injured. His front legs are just completely bleeding. Those firebolts like left scorch marks up his pristine silver scales.
I'm gonna say to, I believe it's Aaron's character that's right closest to me. No, it's yeah. It's you. So I'm gonna say we should leave now and give it one more blast before we go.
All right.
It then immediately takes off again and actually flies up. It's a 40-foot ceiling, and it flies up to the ceiling to that mechanism.
It's a 40-foot ceiling, you said? All right, so just so you know, my wall is up to the exact ceiling.
Awesome. Is it? I thought it was 20 foot.
It's a 40-foot. I thought it was 40 foot tall. Maybe it's 20. I thought it was 40.
It's somewhere. Let me look.
Yeah, I can just pull it up.
20 feet high.
Unmuted, sorry. Can you flip it? Because like the heat goes one way. Can you use your concentration to flip it so the heat blows
It doesn't
the other
say
way?
I can. It just says when you
Does
cast
it say
the
you
spell.
can't?
It says when you cast it, so I assume I can't.
It's flying.
I wish, because that would be like,
So it takes up
Arcana check?
above that. No. So Riel, you see that he's sort of taking off, leaving a dripping trail of blood.
Okay. I so wanted it to stay on the ground so that I could try and push it into the fire to kill it, but evidently that's not going to work.
Maybe
okay,
the
so I
dragon
get
figured
up,
that out.
That's half my movement to get up, and then 3 steps back, and then I'm going to now I am going to actually
Guardian Faith. Where do you want it?
Between general and where it is, but I assume like if it comes sweeping down, it will come within range of the Guardian. So,
yep. I'm gonna.
So basically, I just like raise my sword and like, our Father Pyth, protect us! And the glow
It's large
around the
size,
sword,
right?
like, coalesces. Yeah, it's large.
Spoiler: your faith is dead in the future.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's very much not.
I'm just kidding.
You've met followers of Pyth before.
Of course.
Yep. And that ends my turn because I don't have anything useful I can do on a bonus.
It is less fanatical.
Yeah.
Awesome. It actually kind of looks down at itself, touches one area and goes, looks down at a lot of you and is like, you will never succeed. You'll freeze here. And just wells up another breath of ice.
Here I
Constitution
go,
saves. Turns out, I read it wrong.
Everyone
way.
within 10 foot of me gets a +3.
Gets a +3,
bonus.
which is
so
everyone.
I went from rolling something I had a +3 to a +9 to. Okay,
Yeah, I figured like for all the people hurt really bad by the con save, are gonna be some people who are really happy about the con save. So
I'm very happy about that con save.
I mean, I'm happy with con save now that I have my spell on.
I think I might have been skipped, because he's moved twice since I last went.
no,
Unless he's taking a
he's a
legendary.
dragon.
Oh,
Legendary actions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your turn's next.
He can do things.
I don't want to roll.
I don't want to roll either.
Roll.
You
Oh.
do have +3.
You have +3, which actually does top.
Gets me to a
Is your
15.
+3 included in yours?
Mine's
Ian?
already factored in.
That's
yeah.
a shame.
Mine-
I
No,
would've-
mine's a 32.
Alright,
Yeah,
alright.
yours is a 32.
Alright, Will.
Mine.
The Pyromancer doesn't get hurt by ice breath. Oh, what a surprise.
I'm 15 then. Okay, Ollie.
Yeah. But if mine fails,
it doesn't really, unfortunately, matter. The only one that would have been topped over would be Riel, unfortunately, but she already.
But that's already factored in.
Oh, but
Yeah.
if it's cold damage, I will absorb elements.
I won't. I'll just take the cold damage. And it's gonna go out.
I assume I take half damage, yeah?
I have a feeling
Yes.
I'm about to fall.
69 damage!
Oh my
what the
god, I am very much down.
I think 2 of you
Baby!
were down.
And then he flies out
69.
of the chamber. I didn't make it super clear while the fight started, but these corners are actually the exits.
So basically,
and
he
go-
just like it kills me and then runs off.
Yeah, he dropped the mic.
Okay, I was all about letting him, like, everybody retreating and leaving. But if his back is to us, oh, that's a different conversation.
He is
He's running. He's running. That's like fireball. Like just.
So for combat traits, he is only 10 feet away from the tower right now.
Mm-hmm.
So bear that in mind when you're calculating what you want to do the next few turns. Devi.
Not much I can do. I don't have any range stuff. I can continue breaking the thing.
Your
see what
sister
happens.
had just fallen.
Oh. She's fine.
Yeah, that's about me.
I got her.
What
I got her.
expects.
It's good. It's good.
General.
I'm gonna break the thing.
Oh, break the thing for sure.
Yeah. I have to see what happens now.
Great. You break the final thing and with
I get a
actually just completely just crunching, like it goes into the firewall, completely not necessarily dispelling the spell, but like completely destroying it in that area as this 10-foot radius pillar comes down. And actually, closest to you is a archway, doorway, humanoid-sized, in the pillar. And this one actually is quite ornate. Actually, you're aware, but the sort of the figure on the archway, sort of above it, with the headdress and the spear in one hand, is a depiction of Verminus, the Lich you're here to kill, as this sort of goes and lands quite messily, like crunching up the ground much more than maybe it's meant to.
My spell comes to an end, Tensor's Transformation, which as it does so, as you see like all that vigor leave me, it actually takes with it a lot of my strength, and I'm just kind of like, you see me feel drained. I gain 1 level of exhaustion as I'm like, oh, but trying to move past that, I'm actually going to cast Heroism as a 4th level spell, and that allows me to cast Heroism on everybody here. And in doing so, that gives everybody in the room 6 temporary HP at the beginning of every round if you lose it. And because you gain 6 temporary HP, Ian, you're back on conscious and on your feet. So
Well, not on his feet.
I'm just very drained. Just kind of like, ugh. And I can't move my sword far enough, so I'll send the sword like flying after it.
Yeah, like it flies after it, but very like in vain, and you're kind of aware of that. And it starts to fly.
Like, yeah, get out of here!
All right, I'm gonna take away the battle mat for the fun people. But if you want to start doing stuff, as you know, Riel is slowly starting to recover.
I want to attack this thing.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, if you want to start doing a couple of turns, you're gonna have really only 1 turn of attack before it goes up above the clouds and you can't see it at all.
Sure. I'm gonna cast Firestorm on it.
Will's like, fuck you all, I'm killing that thing.
I'm killing this fucking dragon.
Listen,
Okay.
sometimes retreat is better.
Let me get onto the map screen so that I can have the dice roll while this pops up. Okay.
I get to reroll a lot too, so hold on. Let's see.
Give me a second.
Okay. All right. Let me know when.
Okay, so storm of searing flames appears in a location that you consist. Doesn't need to be on the ground, just a location. So absolutely, you can do it where you see it. Yeah. Awesome.
So it's going to be centered on him. It's 10 10-foot cubes. So it's going to be 5 by 5, touching each other. a big area right on him. So it's only going to hit him once, likely, but it will hit.
So your character's a low wisdom, and it makes sense that you would just make sure that the entire fucking region,
Oh, absolutely.
storm happened in the sky.
Yes, 100%.
Wonderful.
Awesome. So he's gonna roll.
Oh,
Yep.
lovely.
He's gonna save.
We're here.
Now I'm going to reroll some things.
Yeah, reroll it. Make it dirty.
Oh God.
Get to reroll that first. All right, so that becomes a 3. Now I'm going to reroll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, on the temp HP thing, I usually rule it that it keeps them up until it wears off, in which case they go down again.
Makes sense.
All right. So
Does depend on the spell though. For some things, temp HP isn't like magic at all. It's just like, hey, not so much for that. But that's the logic I've used recently. It's only ever come up recently, weirdly
10.
enough.
Came up yesterday.
Came up
actually.
yesterday, exactly, and a couple of weeks before that.
So that 28 becomes a 42.
So, do you run closer to the archway to cast this?
I would run just until I could see where I'm casting it. Like,
Exactly. No,
yeah.
it's not. Okay, so what you see.
Yeah,
Rest
as long as I can see it.
the rest aren't so bothered on this. A storm of fire that probably starts as like a small burst and then grows even larger, starts to appear around Jakros as it's flying away, and you can see its labored flight, very struggling. Its wings aren't injured, but just its lower body is almost dangling as it's trying to get above the cloud barrier, and it's trying to swoop away from these bursts of fire as they're starting to swell and create this storm around him, and he just can't. Even though he dodges one, another sort of explosion appears beside him, and you see him go up, up, up to the cloud layer, and then slowly fall.
Yeah.
His wings sort of giving him enough drag for the first couple of first like 10, 20 feet before he just starts plummeting and crashes into the buildings below. Actually crashes, so he kind of like crashes and slides and pushes up earth and things until he hits the outer wall on the inside. And
Awesome.
crunches it.
So it's like very epic.
Oh, it's incredibly epic. This burning dragon corpse falling from the sky.
Yeah.
It's incredibly epic, and I'm completely down for it.
So what I do is I take a second to take it all in as my flames all start to stop. I turn and I walk over to where they were playing the chess. I pick up the king of the dragon, the white king, and I hand it to the general. And I say, I believe you won.
I say, thanks. However, I believe we've also played our hand. I say, looking at like the storm building on the outside, and then after like I like also take in that fucking awesome sight, because I've never seen a dragon, let alone one burned down, falling, crashing to the ground. I say, and remind me never to get you heated.
He kind of like smiles, like, I like flames.
All right,
I
and
roll
with
my eyes like that's terrible fun.
and with that, I hope I never get you heated. That's actually going to be where we end off today, because
I want to cast Animal Messenger. As a 7th level spell.
That is something you're going to do next session,
Go,
because we
Birdie.
discussed this
Go,
in the
Birdie.
breaks that you can't do it right now.
Go, Birdie.
So, we're actually going to end a little bit early, because instead of going for a break now and having like a 10-minute session.
You know what? I like the idea of some RP between us. No? Get
No,
to know
because
each other?
it's
No?
sometimes it's better to
No?
end on a good note than to end on some awkward RP. These characters that definitely have charisma together.
Fine. I just start searching the horde for. Good
You don't do
magic.
anything because the session is over. It's over.
Oh!
I will
You get nothing, sir.
What
You
do I-
get
what do I
nothing.
find? What do I
I
find?
said good day, sir.
Yes, yeah. Good day. All right.
Aaron, can you roll your investigation? But you're good at it.
You're gonna re-roll new ones next time anyway. All right. So, this is you obviously have to kill a lich. Like I said, it's a smaller campaign. It's not going to be a huge thing. It's probably the one and perhaps only time I'm going to use this higher level stuff in Jarviskjir, because it does not happen very often. These are heroes of their age who have done very, very impressive deeds, to the extent of being able to kill a very old, very strong dragon, and also totally piss it off.
As far as the history of Jarviskjir goes, what happens if we die and don't kill the Lich?
Someone else won.
Yeah.
So, why don't we start our Circle of Shame as we end the session? Of course, everything will be up on YouTube in like a day or two. With Aaron. Hey, what did you use up?
What was that? Okay. Was that English?
No, it wasn't. I'm really tired. Oh, whoops! See, that's how tired I am. I accidentally pressed the disappear button. I'm really tired. I don't know why. I actually got like a long sleep. I guess I have sleep debt or something, even though it doesn't exist. Who knows?
No sleep. But I'm good. I'm here. I play on Wednesdays. I play on Scotch Trail on Fridays. That's what I do. See you guys next week.
Cool. Short and sweet. Not short and sweet. Will, first time in Jarviskjir, actually.
Yeah, first time.
Who, how, why?
You can catch me on the show here on Wednesdays and on Scott's show Eberron on Fridays at 10:30 EST. But also you could check out my Instagram if you'd like. It's the story of me starting a brewery. It's a lot of beer ratings. It's a lot of tips and tricks with beer. So if you ever want to know anything about beer, you can message me there or in the Discord or whatever, and I can tell you my honest opinion. Other than that, I'm just here to have a good time. Ollie knows what it's about.
I do. That's really what the Jarviskjir / this Wednesday Ollie D&D segment is. Just, you know what, let's have fun, but also tell a really good story while we're at it, and insult Scott in as many ways as possible until he's very close to breaking, and then stop. Speaking of very close to breaking, Ian,
I'm
Arvine.
always very close to breaking when dealing with D&D parties, because there's always someone who's out to cause me.
Who caused you grief here? You're doing awfully well.
No, I'm joking. Sort of. I am Ian. I am playing another woman in Jarviskjir, which, despite being a man, just about technically. So, yeah, that's basically my thing. I play in Jarviskjir a lot with Ollie on the off-stream games and on the Wednesday show. So if you want to ask anything about Jarviskjir, talk about it, anything, hit me up in Discord or on Twitter. If you hit me up on Twitter, though, you do unfortunately get a lot of random anime crap as well.
Yes, and the interesting thing about this game is that, like I said at the start, this is set over 1,000 years in the past of Jarviskjir, which to a lot of things doesn't matter, but if you're rewatching things, if you pay attention to the lore snippets they have in pictures and future stuff that's going to be happening, you will you will notice things. Hopefully, maybe. So that's that. And Scott, my bestest friend in the world.
3 hours, 17 minutes, twitch.tv/Lost Initiative Show, Star Wars, suck it, bitches.
Is that the title?
I think it's like Lost in the Stars or Stars Without Number or Faded in the Stars.
Something. Also, talking Lost Initiative, tomorrow? The first episode of Dark Sun?
Oh yeah, I forgot it's been like tomorrow, twitch.tv/Lost Initiative Show, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am DMing Dark Sun in Pathfinder rule system. Ollie is going to be joining. I don't know where he is.
I didn't mean to yawn and make it be super disrespectful, but I did.
That's okay. I think you're that way. I think
no.
You're that way. No, you're that way.
Yeah. Ah!
Ollie, are you going to be joining me tomorrow for some Dark Sun?
Oh, I am, Scott. I'm going to be joining you for the Darkest Sun, and I'm going to be playing a Dread. What is a Dread? Well, maybe you'll see.
Or maybe you won't, because it's all, like, not physical.
Yeah, and I think very few. I think one of my abilities is smelly, and I think that's like it. Pathfinder is very specific about what you do and don't see.
Yeah. Oh, God. One of my abilities is smelly. All right. Bye-bye.
Alright, and I'm Ollie. Thank you for being here. Everything's going to be up on the YouTubes. Like I said, to kill a Lich is going to be a short thing as long as it is. And after this, it's actually going to be Stars Without Number. Now, I am telling you this now, because if you are a Patreon or you join my Patreon for the tiers, which help the party, I am currently collecting as much as I can. So if you want to create a place in that setting that they may visit, items, maybe even ideas for their ship, or most importantly, NPCs in Stars of Number, which is sci-fi, if you get it in early, maybe you have a crew member or important NPC. So definitely that's for the $20 and $40 tiers on my Patreon, and also on my Patreon you get to see behind the scenes of art and channel updates and all the good things that I do, and also the tokens I actually use on Roll20 here. I give some teasers out on there. You can also find me on Thursday on Lost Initiative, which I'm super excited about because Pathfinder is actually pretty gnarly and fun. And then on Fridays, I'm gonna be, I don't know if I'm gonna stream on Friday because I'm super tired and I might just actually sleep. But then afterwards, I'm gonna play Everon with you guys. And then Sundays with Winter Bear, I play video games, and we're probably gonna play baseball because I really like digital baseball, not real baseball. Digital baseball is really fun.
I just want to clarify that you're planning on being too tired 2 days from now? Already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aaron, I thought you of all people would understand this.
No, Aaron is a fan of getting sleep.
That's true.
He will lecture you on making sure you get enough.
Because here's the thing, I'm not going to go to sleep at a reasonable time after this. You might think, hey Ollie, you're so sleepy. Aren't you going to go to sleep after this stream ends? No. I'm not going to just go to sleep for like 8 hours. So...
Oh.
You know, yeah. That's how she writes it.
I do have to say that planning on participating and getting NPCs into the Stars That Never game sooner rather than later is probably a good idea, considering that session 1, Will was like, let's just kill the dragon. And we're like, okay, and kill the dragon. So if the dragon went down in session 1, I have a feeling the Lich won't survive much longer.
I don't blame me. I blame me.
This isn't a bad thing.
You guys all didn't retreat, okay?
Ollie, this isn't a but
it's not Ollie.
This isn't a bad thing. I'm saying that this. I don't think it's going to last very long. We're going to be like, yo, Lich, what's up? Want to play some chess?
I mean, it might not last very long, and that's okay.
Yo, Lich, want to play?
Be
some...
like, you the queen, because you's the bitch. Give me the king for the dragon.
There are many things wrong with this comment.
So just hang up on Scott right now.
So that's
you're getting shamed for that.
I'm gonna be here next time, same bat channel.
Why bad?
Because Adam West.
Bad like Michael Jackson bad.